Hey guys, what's going on? Narcissus here from the Gaming Projects. Want to tell you really quick, I've kind of lost my voice, so I may not come in too clear today. I'll try to do the best I can. But I'm coming to you guys today to talk about that Nintendo Direct that took place and the things that excited me from it. Square Enix's continued bizarre behavior, because here again it's shown off to us. And Breath of the Wild 2 is no more. It has received its proper title and release date, and we are going to talk about that. Before we get into all the juicy details, please go and hit that subscribe button, ring the bell to stay notified on future videos. So, I'm not going to talk about everything, just mostly the JRPG things and the things that caught my interest. Fire Emblem Engage was announced in this Direct. This game has been leaked before, but now we have the official name for it, and it will be releasing on January 20th, 2023. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 DLC Volume 2 of the Expansion Pass releases on October 13th of this year, and it brings a new hero to the party. I'm not a fan of how she looks, and I'm also not finished with this game yet, so not too interested in this. Tunic is coming to the Switch on September 27th of this year. Tunic is a game if Zelda and Dark Souls had a baby together. I played it a little on the PC and wasn't a big fan of it, but if you like Zelda and Dark Souls ripoffs, then this is your cup of tea. Square Enix's Front Mission remake is coming out in November, and Part 2 and 3 of this game will release next year, or I think that's what it said. Don't quote me on that. But anyways, I'm not too interested in this series, so moving on. Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life is coming to Switch summer of 2023. I actually like this series. I played Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Oliver Town, and fell in love with the farming aspects of the game. I never did interact with the town people too much, but I do think this is a solid pickup if you are into farming JRPGs. Octopath Traveler 2 will be releasing February 24th, 2023, and I am very excited for this title. Square Enix has had a lot of success with their HD 2D games, and here is another one to continue that momentum. The first Octopath Traveler game, I put in 90 hours on it, and I just had a blast. So I definitely will be picking up the second one, and it is coming to PlayStation and other consoles as well this time around. Fae Farm is another farming simulator game. Seems like a theme at this Direct. It looks interesting. I mean, it's a farming simulating JRPG where you fight monsters like you do in Rune Factory. So if you're into that, pick it up, this game, in spring of 2023. Square Enix is dropping another game called Theatrhythm, I think? Theatrhythm Final Bar Line. Another game in this series was released on the 3DS, and it reminds me of Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memories a bit. It's a game that you play along to the rhythm of Final Fantasy and Square Enix music. You press buttons corresponding to the music, and it seems fun enough, especially since it's playing off of my nostalgia for Final Fantasy and Square Enix games music. It releases on February 16th, 2023. Rune Factory 3, another farming simulator, is being ported to the Switch in 2023. A new game in the Rune Factory series is in the making, so people who like the series be hyped for that. N64 Online Expansion is getting new games added, but none are JRPG, so we're going to move on. Square Enix shows up again next, stealth dropping a game called Various Daylife. It's a neat looking turn-based JRPG that looks like it could be interesting. The Direct really didn't give enough info about what the game is about, so I'll be trying it and putting up a quick review on the first 3 hours of the game. IB is a Japanese looking horror game that I'll be trying out with my daughter and nieces since they are horror fans, and I only included it in this video because it looked Japanesey. It releases in spring of 2023. Atelier Ryza 3 is coming out on February 24th. It's a farming, crafting, adventure JRPG. I've never played an Atelier game before. They look cool, but I have too much to play as it is, so moving on. Square Enix's Harvestella was shown off again, and will release a demo today, including the days of the first season of your farm, and that progress can be transferred to the full game when it releases on November 4th. Master Detective Archives Raincoat is a game made by the same people who created Danganronpa, and it seems to be played very similarly as to what Danganronpa did, where you search around for clues and go through a process to determine who the bad guy is. You know, play detective in a Japanese-styled game. I think it looks dope, and it will be releasing in the spring of 2023. Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion received its release date today, which is on December 13, 2022. I am very excited for this. I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. I played the original on the PSP. I'm excited to see what changes they have made to it. But Square Enix again with another game? Odd behavior. Tales of Symphonia Remastered is getting ported to the Switch in early 2023. Romancing Saga Minstrel Song Remastered is releasing on December 1st, and this is another Square Enix game. And finally, we received the name for the sequel to Breath of the Wild, and it's called The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, and it will be releasing on May 12th. This trailer brought a lot of lore-looking elements to the table for discussion. I don't usually do videos where I analyze the trailer, but I kind of have a theory brewing, and I want to discuss it in another video, so stay tuned for that. So, that Nintendo Direct had a lot of announcements. I just went over mostly JRPGs and Zelda stuff, but really that was mostly what was represented at this Direct. JRPGs and farming simulator JRPGs. It could have been mostly Japanese related titles because of Tokyo Game Show being held this week, but it's still very out of character for Nintendo, who always marches to the beat of their own drum, to do something like this. Also, farming simulators are abundant now, and it makes a person wonder why. Is it due to such success in titles like Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley, which I find both of those very overrated by the way? Who knows? I mean, I like farming simulator JRPGs, but god, this many? It's too much. A person will get burnt out. Not to mention gaming companies, they create trends. They don't follow them. Creating them is how you get successful titles, like with the Soul series and Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing. You don't just follow the trends, you make them. You make a statement. In my opinion, this Nintendo Direct was mid. Yeah, there was a lot of games that fit my niche of gaming interest, but just too much of the same, which made it dull. It didn't have the normal hype that a Nintendo Direct brings to the internet. Finally, everyone, what is Square Enix doing? They are releasing game on top of game on top of game, and each game is kind of similar and stands to cannibalize the sales of one another. I don't understand it. Let's look at December for example so you guys can understand what I'm saying. We have Crisis Core, Romancing Saga, and Dragon Quest Treasures, and this is just the ones I can think of off the top of my head that's coming out in December, all releasing in the same month. All are JRPGs, all on the same console, and all within 2 weeks of each other. Are they trying to unload their log of built-up games in preparation for something? Do they think it's an actual good idea to do this? Are they trying to get a quick source of large income for something big? Who knows, but I'm curious of whether this will work out for them or not. It's just incredibly bizarre, and I made a video about a few weeks ago discussing what I think about this, so go check it out if you got some time. With that, everyone, this is the end of the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell to stay notified, comment down below your thoughts on the Direct. How do you feel about Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and what do you think Square is up to acting so odd here lately? Until the next project, everyone, take it easy. I'm out.